Hello, good morning, my dear students. Today we are going to see one very interesting topic from JEE level mathematics. Yes, my dear students, this topic is very important for your JEE level mathematics because from this chapter alone you will get 6 to 7 questions without any doubt, because that much weightage this chapter have, because this chapter comes under applied mathematics. Since you people are going to study engineering, this topic is very important to read the engineering books. Without this concept, you can't even read engineering books. Yes, my dear students, without any further delay, let's go into the topic. So the topic name is calculus. Yes, my dear students, most of you used to say, sir, it's a very difficult subject, sir. It's a irritating subject, sir. Differentiation is there, integration is there, continuation, functions, trigonometry functions, non-trigonometry functions, logarithmic, exponents, so many things are there, sir. How can we remember all those things? It's really the toughest subjects, not toughest subject, toughest chapters are in mathematics. Like that most of the students have said before. Yes, I hear. But when you are going step by step, this chapter is very easy, my dear students. Really, this chapter is very easy, but you have to go slow and steady. You have to practice more number of problems so that you get confidence in this subject, because this subject matters for your life. Yes, really you asked right, where we are using this mathematics to apply this mathematics into the higher level things, because you people are going to become scientists. You are not only going to become an ordinary engineer, you are going to be the supreme engineer, because you are going to study in the premium institutes in India. In India, IITs are the premium institutes. So from that, so many CEOs and so many engineers, scientists have came. Till now they are coming. So you are going there. So calculus is very important. So don't have any kind of mental pressure like, so it's a difficult subject. It's the easiest subject. I'll make you as simple as possible. Okay, you no need to worry about that. I'll make you. It's a promise for you, my dear students. I'll make you this chapter as easy as much as possible as I can. Okay, so I'll make the sessions very short so that we learn so many problems from the limited chapters. I'll divide this chapter into so many parts so that you can learn slow and steady, and you don't find any kind of difficulties, as well as you learn lot. Okay, my dear students, let's go into the topic. So calculus, sir, generally what is meant by calculus? Calculus is the rates of change. That's all, my dear students. Wherever change is there, calculus will be there. So calculus means generally where and all changes are there, my dear students. In real life, everywhere is there. You are watching this video, each and every minute is changing, right? That is also is there. When we are going to study about that, that comes under rate of change. I'm going to find the change. We are driving the vehicle, car, automobile, everything is changing for each and every second. Wherever change is there, we are going to study about that change. From that, this topic calculus have built, my dear students. So calculus is the rates of change. Since it is rates of change, everywhere it is there. In mathematics, we use this concept for rate of change of deviations of straight line. Particularly, we use for a function slope, to find the slope and to find the tangent line. We all know the tangent line, right, my dear students? The line which cuts the curve at the tip. Okay, at the tip, if it cuts, there we'll use this tangent line. To find the tangent line, we use this derivative, this calculus methods, as well as to find the area for the irregular shapes. Like if it is square, we all know how to find the volume and everything. But if the shape is like this, means how you will find. So for these things, we use this calculus. Like that only our ancient mathematicians, they have given this topic to us. Okay, the ancient mathematicians are Newton and Leibniz. They both only developed this concept. So then driving the vehicles, automobiles, whatever we take, they talk about rate of change of displacement and the velocity of any moving object. And now let's see this image, observe this image, my dear students, and tell me what it has mentioned. So here, normal heart. Our heartbeat is changing at every second, right? Without any rest, it is working on each and every second. Every second matters. So normal heart. So heart comes under doctors field, biologists, everyone study about hearts. So there they will use this calculus. So whenever we run fast, our heartbeat will increase. It may go up to 90, 95. When we are in normal, it will be at 70 to 75. But when we are in sleep, still it goes down. It goes down like 50 to 60, like that. So it differs. There is a change in heartbeat. So when we are going to study about that rate, calculus comes. Okay. So interesting, right, my dear students? So only I am explaining you these concepts where and all we are applying this subject, so that you will get interest in the subject, why we have to learn. So here, so what's two cat images are there. From this, what you are trying to explain? Yes, my dear students, here you can see this cat face is under so bright, so light is there, so the eyes of the cat have shrink. But here if you see, it is in dark position. So since it is there in dark, eyes are opened. Same thing we can also feel, my dear students. So whenever you are in very bright situation, if you are seeing the sunlight, your eyes get shrink, right? So it is because of light. So there is some rate of change in our eyes sensor, something. So if you are going into the dark, suddenly power went at night time, how our eyes will see? So slowly it will brightly open, widely open. Then only we can see, right? So these things are there. So not only in maths, we are using in physics, biology. Next, chemistry. Yes, my dear students, in chemistry, each and everything matters. Here you please see, they are putting something in chemicals and suddenly the foam is coming. So there is some rate of change. Before it is in rest, but after adding something, it gives some change, right? Same thing, scientists of the coronavirus, they have introduced the vaccines based on this concept only. They researched so much, my dear students, like mathematicians, statistician, each and every person worked on this coronavirus, particularly for COVID cases. So after giving the medicine, what is the rate of change in that coronavirus, whether it is dying or how it's dying? So that matters a lot, because when it is multiplying so much and it is dying very less, means there is no use of vaccines. Then why we need medicine? So it have to kill the coronavirus drastically so that we'll get cured very soon. So for those things we need calculus. So calculus matters lot, my dear students. So chemist wants to know the rate of chemical reaction that would result in formation of one or more substance, like products, as I have mentioned, like medicinal products, whatever it can be, my dear students. So calculus. Now let's go into the mathematics, my dear students. Calculus is the mathematics of ratio of change of quantities. For the calculus, which is scratch. Scratch means what? The basic thing. The very basic. From that basic concept, the whole concept have enabled. Like the seed is very small, but tree is very, very big. In the same way, for this calculus topic, this limit process, this is the scratch topic. So for calculus, limit process is very, very important, my dear students. Without knowing limit, you can't go further. So you have to know how to find the limit. So what is meant by limit? Limit is like the general concept, my dear students. Limit for a particular function, what is the limit? Whether it is infinite, whether it does not exist. For everything there is no limit, right, my dear students? Now the camera is running. Maybe for this the limit is so high. It will run. If I kept on, it will run. So likewise, limit does not exist for all the function. It may exist or may not exist. Okay. So limit is the very basic concept, my dear students, to learn the calculus. Today we are going to see that limit alone. So introduction. I hope you all know about Bermuda Triangle. Have you all heard this name, my dear students? Bermuda Triangle. So as this GIF is there, whatever goes, it will capture. We can't find where it went. Yeah, it's gone. That's all. So the Bermuda Triangle looks like this only. From all the three direction, whatever object comes near to that, it will capture that. So still we don't know what is that. Now I have to find what is there means. What I'll do, I'll send 3 aeroplanes from 3 direction, and I'll take the magnitude measuring device and I ask all the aeroplane pilots to measure them. So whatever they are doing, they go near to them, they won't go to the Bermuda, because if they go near to them, they will be captured, they will be gone. So what I'll do, just I ask them to go near. After they are going near, I ask them to measure the magnitude. What is the magnitude is there? What is the magnetic effect over that place? Why it is capturing everything? How that is possible? So when I'll ask them to take, when 3 of them's magnitude effect is same, I'll come to the conclusion, okay, because of this magnetic effect only, this is happening. Maybe here one guy is giving like 50, here he is giving like 100, he is giving like 10. I can't come to the conclusion. Hey, what is happening, man? One side it's 50, one side it's 100, another side it's 10. How come that is possible? Like that, let me think. So for to find the Bermuda Triangle, when if all of them value, here it is 50, here it is 52, here might be 48, means I'll come to the conclusion, okay, some average value is maintaining. So from this we can know that limit function is something different. So I come to the point, okay, the limit for this magnetic effect is this much high, so that I can understand there is the this much of limit. Because of this limit only, this is capturing everything. Okay, my dear students, this is just for your example and understanding. So that's what they have mentioned here. Limits and derivatives is an introduction, as I said before, my dear students, which is the branch of mathematics which deals with change and motion. Let's talk an analogy of Bermuda Triangle to understanding the requirement and meaning of limit. As I have said before, this is the Bermuda Triangle. So all of them have to give me the same value. If they are not going to give, I can't conclude it, right? In the same way, we are going to apply the same concept in our functions. From that, we can understand. So we want to take the reading of magnetic field at Bermuda Triangle. As I said before, the same concept they have given in the theory. That's all, my dear students. So limits and derivative is an introduction to calculus. Limits, then I'll tell, from limits we go into the topic of continuity. From continuity we go into the topic of differentiability. From differentiability we go into the topic of integration. The integration, which means anti-derivative. Anti-differentiation is called as the integration. So these are like the very interesting topic, my dear students. You can learn a lot. If you, once the interest came, right, you only study the calculus, because that much interesting subject this one. So let's take an analogy. Oh, once again it's coming. So limits and derivative. So when it comes to the concept of limits, we have two things, my dear students. Left hand limit and right hand limit. So there are two limits, my dear friends, students. To find the limit, first we have to find the left hand limit. Generally we tell as LHL and RHL, then limit. For example, if I take limit x tends to a, let me take the identity function itself. So which means I have to check for limit x tends to a negative. A negative means from left hand side, as well as limit x tends to a plus, which means a positive from right hand limit. They both have to be equal. If they are not equal, then we can't say that the limit exists or not. So now I have taken the identity function. I hope you all know the graph for that, my dear students. So if you are not well aware of graph, please buy the book. Please buy the book. Play with graphs. That book is very important, because without that book, it's very hard for you. Nowadays internet facility is there, but please buy that book and read that book. From there you can get all the basic graphs. You can know how the basic graphs everything looks. So that is very important, my dear students. So learn everything. These are like very basic graphs. So identity function means what, my dear students? Whatever input I am going to give, it will give me the same output. So it will looks like the similar, my dear student. So whatever, here I have taken any a. If I take 2 means, so 2, it will go like this. And here I have, now I'll take from left hand side as well as right hand side. Okay, my dear students. So there are 2 points. For 2, like I said before, a negative, 2 negative means which is closer to 2. Now you have to understand, limit x tends to means which is not equal. It's never be equal. It will be closer, like 1.9999. It will be very closer, but it won't be 2. Likewise, here it is like 2.111, 2.001. Like that, it will be very closer, but won't be 2. That's the difference, my dear students. We analyze from both sides. So likewise, if we analyze from both sides, it will be closer, like this it will go. So it will be, the answer is very closer to 2. So for identity function, it is always 2 only. If you take whatever function you take till infinite, the answer is whatever the limit exists. In identity function, I am saying, my dear students, not for all the functions. You can check for other values also, like 2, 3, 5, minus 5, minus 10, minus 100, whatever value you take, it will be, there will be the limit exists. Okay, so you no need to worry about this. This is the very basic function. Just for your understanding, I have said. I hope you have understood. If you have any kind of doubt, please ask me, my dear students. So 2 is there. From 2, I am taking left hand side as well as right hand side. Both the limit exist at same point. So this is the function, my dear students. I explained you before, and now it's the polynomial function. How this graph looks, my dear students. Before studying the limit, try to learn the basic graphs like polynomial function, exponential function, rational functions, logarithmic functions, trigonometric functions, sine, cos, tan, everything, my dear students. Learn those basic mod x, greatest integer function, fractional part function, because the graphs for those questions are very important. So let me have one special session for graphs alone, because learning the graph, to draw the graph, will make you the process very simple in calculus. If you have drawn the graph in your mind, then it's very easy. Then other than, it is the process is very simple for you to do. Okay, now let's see. Basically for x square, how it will be, my dear students? The graph will be like this for x square, but here they have given x square plus 3. So if it is plus 3, we have to move plus 3 on y axis. Okay, so here our graph looks, if I have taken 3 like this, it will go like this, my dear student. This is the graph for this question. So as I said before, now let's take for 0, my dear students. Limit, now we are going to check limit x tends to 0 f of x, which means limit x tends to 0 x square plus 3. Okay, my dear students. So x square plus 3, for this first I have to take limit x tends to 0 negative of f of x. So limit x tends to 0 negative of x square plus 3. So x square plus 3 means here 0 is here, my dear students. So here from left hand side it will be closer, like it will be very closer like this, here it will come. However, the function is continuous. If the function is continuous means you no need to worry. Here even though I'll be very closer, sign won't change. The value won't change. Just it will be giving me the closer value. I'll explain you in mathematically also, my dear students. Just now I'm giving you the idea to see how to see from the graph and to get the answer. That's what I'm explaining you now. In next part of this same topic, I'll explain you how mathematically we have to find what is the mathematical formula behind that. Okay, so limit x tends to 0 negative, which means 0 from negative direction from left hand side. So left hand side means here again I'll get the value 3. So it will be closer to 3. So I'll get the value 3. So in the same way, 0 positive means x square plus 3, which is also going to be the value is closer to 0, but it will always take the value that is also closer to 3. There won't be any kind of change in this function. Whatever value you take, you will get the same value, my dear students, because I'll explain you. If the graph is continuous means you can, without any hurdle, without any break, if the graph is moving, for that function limit exists. So if limit exists means that function is continuous function. If limit does not exist, if both of the limits, left hand side is giving another value, right hand side is giving another value, which means that function is not continuous. That is going to be discontinuous function. In discontinuous function also you have 4 different types. So you have to know all these types, my dear students. So from theory part you have to be strong. For that, learn slowly. Don't fear and don't touch the subject. That's not good. But you have to read slowly, steadily, so that you can be master in that. It's a very easy thing, my dear students, but you have to be slow and steady. So this is how we have to see, we have to observe the problems from this topic of limits, my dear students. So as I said before, x square plus 3 from x approaches to from left. So 1.7, 1.9, 1.95, 1.999. So it will be closer to 7. Here it is also very closer to 7. It is going 2.3, but will take very much smallest number when it approaches. So here the value exists. Now, interesting function, signum function. I hope you all know what is signum function, my dear students. So signum function, which means I hope you all know that, my dear students. So f of x is equals to mod x divided by x. Okay. So this function is called as the signum function. I hope you all have read this before in your NCERT book. It is already there. F of x is equals to mod x divided by x. So this function, how this graph will be? Anyone knows? So the graph of this function is very interesting, my dear students. So now it's the general. Now let me show you f of 0. Now let me take for f of 0. That means if I put f of 0, I'll get the same value 0. But what here we will do? We will take limit. So let me erase something. So limit x tends to 0, negative side. From negative side, f of x, what value it will give? The same way, limit x tends to, from positive side, what value it will give? Now we have to find these two, my dear students. So since this function looks something different, right? Mod x divided by x, that function is called signum function. So whenever I am going to take 0 negative side, means negative part. So it is 0 at the point of 0, it is 0. But for positive, what value it will give? Generally, if you take 1 means it will give 1. If you take minus 1, what value it will give, my dear students? It will give minus 1. So in the same way, whatever value I am going to take, it is giving me opposite thing. For positive 1, it is giving me 1. For negative 1, it is giving me negative 1. So if the graph for this function is, if I take for minus 2, for plus 2, it is going to again give what, my dear students? 2 by 2, 1. So whatever value I am going to take, the answer will be 1. Here 1 will be here. So whatever value you take, 100 by 100, the value is 1. 1000 by 1000, value is 1. Since it is mod x function, if I take any positive value, again it is like x by x. So it is going to give me the same value. But for negative, it is always gives minus 1. So if I take minus 1000, it will become plus 1000, but it will be minus 1000. So 1000 by 1000, it will be 1, and negative is there, so minus 1. So whatever value from negative side I am taking, I will get minus 1. For 0, I will get 0. So from here, you can observe 0 negative. 0 negative means it will be closer to like this. So whatever value is closer, when it comes one pitch this side, means also it will be like minus 1. In the same way, whatever value from positive side near to 0, it is approaching, means it will give the value 1. So these two functions are discontinuous functions. From the limit also we can see, from the graph also, if you see here, there is a big discontinuity. So this function is also discontinuous function, and limit does not exist because it is not equal. Okay, my dear students, so only I have kept one question from like this also to learn, because already for before 2, both of them are continuous, and that becomes very easy for you. But here it is like something different. I hope you understood, my dear students. If you have any doubt, please don't hesitate, ask me in the comment box, so that I will come to know whether you people are understanding or not. So comment section is very important, my dear students. Even I don't ask you for subscription, but please do comment. Okay, I hope you people will do for me. So this is for the function, my dear students. As I said before, f of x is equals to mod x divided by x. So for 0, it will give x is equals to 0. So whatever value I am going to take apart from 0, in positive direction, it will give me 1 as the answer. In negative direction, it is going to give me the minus 1 as the answer. This is the general property, my dear students. Very important. These things you have to be like a fingertip. Please do recall again and again. If you are going for outside or traveling, at least just watch my video so that you can recollect things. You have to be thorough. What is signum function? What is the graph of greatest integer function? What is the graph of fractional part function? What are the limit will be exist? Whether the limit exists for all values. So if it exists in that function where it exists, Like that you have to think lot. Okay, so this is signum function. I hope you understood. If you have any doubt, ask me in the comment section. Okay, my dear students. Do you know the graph for this question, my dear students? So this question is like just in the similar way as I said before. This is the in rational function. This is very, very important, my dear students. You have to know the graph. So the graph have to be like, when it comes to 0, this is it become undefined. So as we have discussed before, when it comes to 0, 1 by 0 is undefined. So it will never, the graph will never touch 0, because at the point 0 it is undefined. I can't tell anything. There is no kind of any kind of real value exists for that. So for 0, here, since they haven't mentioned in this graph, they haven't mentioned any value for 0. If we are going to take 0, the answer is infinite. Infinite means with this thing we also take for undefined. The infinite is just a symbol. It's not any number or not. It's a concept. It's a symbol for undefined, infinite. Infinite means it does not exist. We can't see. So for that we use this symbol. So at the point 0, this is undefined. Other than you can check for other values, my dear student. For 4 you can check. For 6 you check and tell me. If you have any doubt, ask me in the comment section, so that I'll do, if you want, I'll do the another video based on this concept alone. So next, this is very, very important, fractional part function and greatest integer function. These two functions are very, very important, my dear students. So the fractional part function, how they will exist means, here let me show you. X minus greatest integer function. I hope you all know about greatest integer function. Greatest integer, already I have made one separate video for greatest integer function, my dear students. If you haven't watched that video, please go and watch that video. Greatest integer function is very, very important in basic mathematics of JEE. You have to learn the greatest integer function. Fractional part. Fractional part is also like the subset of the greatest integer function. So greatest integer function is very, very important. That is the main picture. He is the main villain. He is like the subordinate villain. Okay, like in Rolex, in Vikram, Rolex is the main villain. So first you have to learn the greatest integer function. So if you not watched that video, please go and watch that video. In description box I'll paste that YouTube link. Okay, my dear students, I'll give you a short definition. So greatest integer function, which means whatever the value, rational value or whatever the decimal value I'm taking, I'll take the left hand least value. For example, 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, like that values are there. So change that. So if from 0 till 1, whatever value is there, I'll take till, I won't touch the, if it is integer, it will give the same value. For 1, it will give 1. For 100, again it will give 100. So for integers, greatest integer function, just like that it will give like identity function, same value. But when it comes to decimals, like 1.9, the value will be 1. This is very common, my dear students. If you are not getting clear, please go and watch that my previous video, so that you will get the idea for this. So 1.9 means again it will take 1 here. 1.9 comes here. Here 1, 2, 3. So from 1 till here, but it won't take the value of 2. So in from 2.1 till 2.9, it will take 2, but it won't take the value 3. Here, when it comes to negative, you have to be little careful. They will confuse you here. As I said, for positive 1.9, answer is 1. But for negative 1.9, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So for this, for minus 1 means minus 1.9 comes here. As I said before, it will always take the left hand side least value. So here it will take minus 2 as the answer. This thing you have to be very careful, my dear students. Other than this topic is like very easy thing. So whatever 0.9, whatever value you are going to take, it will give minus 1. So from here to here it will give minus 2. From minus 2 to any value minus 2.9, minus 2.1, it will give minus 3. So here this minus 2, this black sign won't come, just for your greatest integer function looks like step function. They'll also call this function as step function. By noticing this, you can say this function is what? Discontinuous function. This is not a continuous function. This is not moving like this. It is moving like this. So this is also called step function, and this is discontinuous function, my dear students. So now let's see about what is fractional function. Now let's see what is fractional part function. So for fractional part function, whatever value I am taking for 1 means for 1 it will give again 0, my dear students. So if I take any kind of integers, so x is 1. So minus, as I said before, every integer will give the same input 1, which means 0. So the fractional part function, for every value the answer is 0 for every integers. But when I will take like 1.9, 1.9 means what value I will get, my dear students? So here x will be 1.9 minus, as I said before, 1.9 means I will get, this is on positive side, so I will get 1. So the answer is 0.9. Like this, if you solve for each and every question, you will get the values from 0, 1, open interval. No, nothing you will get on 1. You won't get 1 as the value. For any kind of value, you can check, my dear students. So you never get the answer 1, you will get 0. As I said before, for integers, for every integers, you will get 0, but you won't get 1. So the graph for the function, here 1 will be there. So here from 0 till 1, 0, here it will come. So from 0. So the graph goes like this, my dear. It will be closer to 1, but it won't touch the 1. All the values keep on touching the 1. From beyond, it will, the answer will be till from minus 2 to minus 1, whatever value I will take, I will get the answer less than 1, 0.1. You will get positive values alone. You won't get negative also. Okay, my dear friends, I hope you understood. So only it is not coming down. It will be just on upside only. Okay. So I hope you understood. In the same way, this is the graph for this function, my dear students. So this is the fractional part. Fractional part means x minus greatest integer function. Let me do one separate video for fractional part function also, my dear students. Like greatest integer function, this is also very important. Here just I have said the basic things, but in future, in next video, I'll record one separate video for this. In that video, I'll explain you what is fractional part function, what are the importance are there, what are the properties are there, what are the things they'll ask in JEE exam. If they have asked any questions on previous year, I'll show you those questions also. Okay, my dear students, let's go into the topic. So as I said before, yeah, here from here you can also take, here x is there. If I take this negative of greatest integer function into this side, I'll get, so for x value, so whatever x value is there, that is the sum of greatest integer function and the fractional part function. That's what they have also given, my dear students. Every real number can be expressed as sum of two numbers, like greatest integer function and fractional part function. If I sum both, here let's take, I have taken the fractional part function as 1.9. So 1.9, I am getting the fractional part value is 0.9. So, and the greatest integer value for this function is 1. So, I am getting 1.9 as the answer. That 1.9 is the x value. Here I have taken this as the x value. I hope you understood, my dear students. That's what they have mentioned here. And the fractional part function is denoted as I said before, this looks like this. Okay. So this is the graph of this function, my dear students, as I have shown you before, like from 0 till 1 it will touch, but it won't take the value of 1. It will never be 1. It will be close to 1, but it will be never be 1. Okay, my dear students, in limit they will confuse you, but now I won't show you. After you learned little bit, first I will show you the greatest integer function. Once you master the greatest integer function, I will jump into this fractional part. If I directly show you what is fractional part and everything, you will get fear, because while learning, the starting process have to be very slow, so that you will get so much confidence. Yeah, now let's do some basic problems. It is greatest integer function, my dear students. They have asked x at x is equals to 3, but they have asked only for 3 negative. I don't know whether it is visible or not. Limit x tends to 3 negative direction. Note it down, my dear students. Left hand side, they are asking only left hand side of greatest integer function. So how the graph looks, my dear students? They have asked for 3. 3 alone they have asked, other than nothing they have asked. So from 3 means left hand direction, it comes like this. That means 2.9999, like that value it will take. If the value for 2.9 is what, my dear students? So for 2.9 the value is 9, my dear students. 2.9 the value is 2. So in the same way, whatever the value 2.9999 very close to 3 means also it is not going to be 3. So if it becomes 3, you will get the answer 3. So it is not be 3. So I know it is closer to 3. So I'll get the answer 2. So for this question, the answer is 2. I hope you understood, my dear students. If you have any doubt, as I said before, don't hesitate to comment. RHL, now right hand side, right hand limit of x at x is equals to 3. Now what is at right hand side, my dear student? They are asking from this direction. So if it is from this direction, the closer to 3.00100001, like that. So whatever it is above till 3.9, whatever the value is there, I'll take 3. Yes, very good, my dear students. So you will get the value 3 here. So from here we can observe left hand side and right hand side both are different. If they both are different, they are not continuous. Try to observe this, my dear students. Here they have clubbed it. They have summed with 2 different types of function. This is greatest integer function and this is mod function. I hope you all know about the graph for mod function, my dear students. The graph for mod function is, it will looks like V. So it will looks like this, my dear students. So when for every x, it will be same. For identity function, it is just like identity function, my dear students. For identity function at origin, it will be straight line. So for positive, whatever I am going to give, same output I am going to get. So for this, like this. For negative, here for negative, negative. But here in modulus, for negative also it will give positive. So here it breaks, it goes like this. When there are 2 different types of sum is there or difference is there, just we can make them separate. So limit x tends to 2 plus greatest integer function plus limit x tends to 2 plus modulus function. So now we have separated it. As I said before, for greatest integer function, they have asked 2 plus. So if it is 1, 2, 2 plus means here. So you will get the value 2. For modulus function, as I said before, this is whenever the graph is continuous, same value will be exist for negative as well as positive. So you will get the value 2. Answer is 4. So here the answer is 4, my dear students. I hope you understood it. If you have any kind of doubt, please don't hesitate to ask me. So consider the function f of x and keep this as the homework, my dear students. I hope you have understood it well. I have explained you each and everything in crystal clear method, in very simple and basic method. This is like very easy question. So limit x tends to, for 0 negative, f of x is equal to 0, whether it is true or false. You are going to say me in comments. In next lecture, whoever commented, I'll show you their name. Okay. Thank you, my dear students.